The purpose of today's lesson is to have some more fun with functions. Okay, recall that a function is defined as a set of data where every input x has one and only one output y. So x can only be going with one y. One y. So if I had 2, 3 and 2, -6, this would not be a function because 2 is going with 3 and 2 is going with -6. But we can also use the vertical line test. And that's where you draw a vertical line, and if it crosses 2 points, it's not a function. A relation is simply a set of data points. A relation may or not turn into a function. So if you have a set of data points, you've got a relation. But they're not all functions. All right, let's take a look at this first one. Is it a function? Well, I'm going to use my vertical line test, and I can see it hits here and it hits here. So this is no. All right. The domain is your x's, and it looks like the domain starts here and goes to here. So I would say that the domain starts at 0, inclusive. Remember, you use the bracket if it's inclusive. And it looks like it goes a little bit beyond this point. That's 5, 4, 3. I don't know. I'm going to say 3.7 inclusive. Yeah. Or wait. 1, 2, 3. Nope, not 3.7. That's more like a 3.2. 3.2. Okay. The range. The range is from the y from here all the way up to, it goes a little bit beyond that point. So I would say our range is going to be from -6, remember to start with the negative, and goes up to 5, 6, I don't know, it looks like 7, and it's inclusive. What is the x-intercept? Well, it looks like it crosses at 2, so the x-intercept is 2, 0. The y-intercept is at 6 and -6. So we would have 0, 6 and 0, -6. Okay. Next one. Is it a function? I'm going to say yes. There aren't 2 points that I can hit with one vertical line. Domain. Domain is whatever happens on the x-axis, and it keeps going left to right forever and ever. So the domain is -infinity to +infinity. The range goes down to the negative land and goes up to positive land forever and ever. So same thing, -infinity to +infinity. X-intercept, where does it cross the x-axis? Well, it looks like 4.70. It crosses at 0.10, crosses here at -1.80. I got that one, and I have this one, that's a -5, -50, and one more, -7.2. And these are guesstimates. Just do the best you can. The y-intercept. Here's my origin, so it's we'll call it 1, 0, 1. Okay? Next one. Is it a function? Domain, range, function. Yes, it is a function. This was my only concern, this line here. But this is open, that's closed, so I only have 1 point. The domain, let's see, it starts here and it goes continuously all the way to here. So let's say that's -9 inclusive all the way to 6 non-inclusive because it's open circle. The range, what's my highest point? Here, and it goes down to there. So I would say that is from -5, non-inclusive, all the way, so that's a parenthesis, up to 5. That one's non-inclusive either. Okay, x-intercept, where does it cross the x-axis? There is none. Nada. Y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 3.5. Y-intercept is 0, 3.5. Okay. The next part is we're going to find some function notation. What function notation is f of x equals y. Or you would say g of x equals y. The x, the number in the parentheses, is always your x. Or that's where it will go. So f of j, we're going to use this one for the first one. Instead of x, they put in a j. So we're going to put a j in instead of x. And there's your answer to number 1. That's it. Okay? Number 2, we're going to first find g of negative 9, and then we're going to multiply it times 3. So let's find g of negative 9 by putting a negative 9 in for x. So 2 times, I'm going to do that out, plus 81, plus a negative 9. Notice how I use parentheses. I like doing that. 281, that's 162, plus a negative 9. What's that bring me to? A 153. And that's still times 3. But you have to wait until after you find your g of negative 9. So 3 times that is 9. 5 with 1 over. 459. Hope that's right. All right, g of x of 1. I'm going to do that down here where I have a little more space. G of x minus 1 means I have to replace the x with an x minus 1. Okay, and this is going to be a FOIL. So it's x squared minus 2x plus 1 plus x minus 1. Distribute the 2. 2x squared minus 4x plus 2 plus x minus 1. Simplify 2x squared. I got a minus 4x and an x minus 3x plus 1. So this is my answer. The x-intercept for both of these is let y equal 0. So you're going to replace the y with a 0. That's how you find your x-intercept. Your y-intercept is let x equal 0. So I'm going to have you, on your own, I want you to do 4 and 5. These guys right here. I want you to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept of both. F of x and g of x. Okay, this concludes our lesson on functions, domain, and range.